Welcome back to another live stream. I've had some lunch and I'm going to continue working on this. The next step will be to cut the front chassis so it doesn't rub on the servo, the steering servo. And then I'm going to look at some body mounting options because I cannot be taking the suspension off every single time I want to mount the body. And I've done a bit of research. I think a Velcro system might work quite well. And so I'm just going to look into the possibilities of doing some Velcro. So we'll look into that. So give everyone some time to join. And yeah. But if you're watching this as a recording, not live, when you do jump on, if you get a chance to jump onto a live stream, don't be afraid to get into chat and talk with me. It's just me working on the bench, and you know, it'd be nice to have a bit of company or something to talk about. I'm thinking, and that's not on there. I think I can put a fair bit of Velcro on that. And actually, you know what? While it's in place, in situ, I'm going to get some scissors and do that right now, I think, because it's going to be... This is just some Velcro with an adhesive. You know what else might work if I was just to pack it out a little bit. Got this old piece of styrofoam. I could probably make it a little bit thicker. Right. Okay. And these bits, oh my god, it's like perfect. This is a bit of excess, doesn't have anything on it. And then this bit. Should have kept them together. Sorry, there's a limited space for me to do this here, but I'm just trying to get this to work here. If this is stuck on here, I don't think it's going to cause problems for anyone. I'll just fix that place actually. Maybe use cement. Mr. Cement. See if I can get that. Yes. Might not end up working, but we'll see. So I don't think it's going to stick unless I take this old bit of Velcro off, and I don't think it's enough Velcro, so it doesn't really matter in the end. Let's try it. See if that works. Then I can make we'll see if that works. If it doesn't work, I can just oops. I could maybe just super glue it after the fact. So we'll just wait and see if that actually sticks. And now, next part was to do just putting some Velcro on, so I can mount this without using screws. And since I've got this all on, eventually I want to be able to take that off. So where is the big patch I made here? Okay. That doesn't seem to be doing much. Nothing at all, really, to be honest. Okay. We're going to switch to super glue, so let's do that now. Problem. So if I do want to take that off, I want to be able to get it off. So have a quick look here. Okay. So now that little spot there is protected. I can go ahead and put some glue here. That's a little hole there to allow me to unscrew this should I need to. And then I think I've got everything in place so I can make sure these are all done correctly. I had them in wrong last time. And since I've got it all open and I can adjust it, I'm going to see if that's set up correctly. Let's have a look. Where's the remote? Here. Okay, so I guess that I had them wired the wrong way. That's pretty common occurrence for me. So okay. What's going on here? Could that be the problem? It's all got power. No, that's not working. What's going on there? Oh, it's come loose. Okay, so that's connected, that's all connected. Just can't work out what's going on with this because it doesn't seem right. It's doing that. Oh. I have no idea what's going on there. I mean, it's got power. All right, I'll take this off, and we will investigate further. No idea if the what actually is causing the problem. Could the battery be flat? Try with another battery. Where's the other one? Hello, welcome. I am troubleshooting the motor on this car just while I was testing everything else, because I'm going to be mounting body soon and I don't want to have to pull it off again. So just having a look at What is going on? It's got power because it makes that sound when it comes on, but can't figure out what. Could it be something on here? CV. Okay, so apparently this controller's out of batteries. Fantastic. So, I mean, that could be part of the problem. 100% could be part of the problem. So, yeah. Anyway, if you are new here and watching along, say hi in the chat. Let's talk some RC stuff, and let me know what you're working on. And yeah, I'm keen to hear from you. .3 volts, is that enough? I don't have a clue. Again, this is getting tiresome. Not very entertaining either, is it? But troubleshooting is often quite the boring process. But we'll get it fixed up. Let me know if you've got any questions about what I've been working on or anything else. I really don't actually understand why this is not working. What's going on with my phone here? Okay. Sorry about this. Yo, don't have anything on the bench right now, but I do plan on busting out my TTO2 kit to start building it. The weather is finally starting to be agreeable. How do you like the WPL crawls? I keep seeing them on AliExpress, but never pulled the trigger. All right, so if you own other crawlers and they're capable crawlers, you will be disappointed with the WPL stuff out of the box. But this is proof that they have a lot of capability trapped inside of them, and you just got to release it. So they are good and they are cheap. They're cheap to get into. They're pretty cheap to mod. They're not as polished as some of the other cars out there, but also you'll be, for half the money, you'll get twice the capability, but it won't be as polished. Is that a good summary? Does that make sense? I mean, this hasn't had, this, because, I had lots of dreams for it. It's had a bit of money put into it. I have put a few extra bits on it. But it's like, it hasn't cost me as much as like a CR18P, so, actually, G1 Mech, next week, I've got a brand new, I got it yesterday, a brand new WPL C24, right? There's this chassis, right? I haven't even driven it, haven't even plugged the battery in. And next week I will be completely modding that to be somewhat like this C24. If you'd like to see what that looks like, yeah, you can. If you'd like to see what that looks like, I'll be doing something on Monday when all the parts arrive, and I can just do it top to bottom, start to finish. It won't need anywhere near as much modding as this car. This is quite a lot smaller, but it'll be sort of like I'll be able to do it in a day. I say splurge on a good crawler ESC and you pretty much upgrade it OOB. I'm not the biggest crawler guy. I love my buggies. Yeah, buggies are cool. Well, what's OOB mean? Upgraded OOB. So this has got, an aftermarket, out of the box. Yeah, okay. This has got, a new receiver, new ESC, new brushless motor, the 2-speed gearbox with the shifter. I bought this aluminium, the connectors between the chassis and stock are plastic, and they're very, very they've got a lot of flex in them. So I got these aluminium cross braces. You can see the ones at the back there when the fingers are moving. The axles, links, drive shafts, wheels, tires, suspension mounts. I went pretty, nearly got everything for this car. The Outrunner motor. So that Outrunner, that's not designed for this gearbox. I had to cut the drive shaft down, find the only pinion gear on the market. There's only one pinion gear on the market that will fit in that gearbox on that drive shaft. So that was a bit challenging. So I've spent quite a lot of time and money on this one. But if you do like this sort of look, and I keep showing people, oops, don't need that. Obviously, it's just throwing a body on a completely different car, and it's not supposed to go on there. But approximately like that. If you do like that, I'm going to be putting this together for about 100 Australian dollars, maybe a bit more, 150 Australian dollars from start to finish, days done. If that interests you, I'll be doing that on Monday, and we can go through everything then about how to do that. you've seen. Oh, hold on. Has Enduro started producing parts for WPL? I know they do. No, they don't make specific parts for WPL, and I don't think I've put any Enduro stuff on here. However, things like suspension, I mean, it's pretty universal. If it fits, it fits. These are Enduro tires. They're not made for this car. They're made for 1.55 inch tire wheels. Sorry, and that's because I've upgraded these. Upgraded the axles on the car. So it's yeah, it's just one of those things, I guess. Like, yeah, I think WPL is sort of really budget. And I don't think that's really in line with what Enduro are trying to do. Yeah, the FJ, I love it too. I became super obsessed ever since I saw Toyota USA. They had one in the museum that they were going to trash it, and then they made this FJ Bruiser, which is worth looking up. And they didn't hold back. They just took this like old FJ thing that looks like it was rusting out in the paddock, and your grandpa's truck, and they turned it into this thing with like a NASCAR engine in it and massive tires and everything. It was a pre-runner basically, and a NASCAR engine pre-runner, psycho. And then after that, I was like, yeah, I love this vehicle, so I want to make a few of them. So yeah, I've got one for the TRX 4M. I got a 1/10 scale one sitting over there, and then yeah, that one. But that WPL really caught my eye because it was just going to be like a very simple mod. It's really, it won't be that much carrying on and trying to get it to work. So I'm looking forward to Monday when everything's here and I can get into building that truck. But today I want to cut this chassis. You can see where it's been rubbing on the cable of that. What do you call it? I'm getting a bit tired in this afternoon. On the cable of the steering servo, and so I'm going to use the hacksaw to cut this chassis down a little, and then I'll be doing a body mount mod where I'm using Velcro on this little plate. It's made out of something else. I took off this car earlier. Just recycling that. And then, yeah, so I'll be able to mount the body with Velcro from here on out, because they do mount with screws, and it's a bit of a pain to mount, to keep using screws to get this body on and off. So I'm going to look for... and then after that, I'm going to clean this place up because it's an absolute mess. There's too many projects going on at once, and it's giving me a headache. So we'll cut that. I did get myself and my younger brother some 118 rock van crawlers a while back. I think the brand is called Hobby Plus. Yes, I've got one. Well, nothing too fancy, just old school. Yeah. So that is a Hobby Plus, CR18P, and you got the rock van body. This is exactly the same, except it's got a Unimog body, and they've got a little 2-speed in them. Yeah, super simple. Cool little truck. This one's out of action at the moment because I think when I put it in my backpack, it still was a bit wet from crawling, and the humidity, I think, fried the electronics. So I have to go back and test that. But yeah, I got that as my first crawler living in this country, China. Guy downstairs making an absolute racket. Okay. I'm looking for my hacksaw. What's happened to all of that stuff? What happened to everything I need for this build? But no, I appreciate you dropping in and having a chat. It's good. So if you're into crawlers and you want some advice, or you want to, I made a playlist about building this truck, and so if you are interested about how we got here, it's you'll be able to know exactly how I built this, and if you wanted to copy, you can. How's life in China? It's good. I mean, I live in the part of China where all of these RCs are made, and so all the factories are just, an hour's drive away from me, and I mean, pretty much all of them. Any sort of brand you can think of, they're all here. Muse, Endura, what's the other one? FMS, Hobby Plus, Rolalo, Ekong, WPL. Pretty much everything except for Traxxas is made like just around the corner, and it's all right. It's neither here nor there. It's there's some really good things about living here. I mean, you buy stuff super cheap, and it arrives on time. Society is super safe. Yeah, it's not much. Not too different to Australia. I mean, certain things. I mean, obviously the language and the culture, but like maybe that's a cost of living are better. But yeah, it's all right. So just trying to find what happened to my. What's that? It's not a hacksaw. I thought it was my hacksaw. Oh, did I put it down here? Yes, I did. All right. So I'm just going to take the hacksaw to this chassis real quick. What scale? So this one here, is that the one you're talking about? So this is originally a 1/16 scale. I think and like scale is based on wheelbase, so don't let yourself get too boxed into like what scale something is, because you keep the same body on it and you change the wheelbase, it changes scale. So 1/10 scale is 313 millimeters. This is 220 millimeters wheelbase, and like apparently that FJ that I showed you before, that was also 1/16 scale, but it's absolutely not. It's way closer to 1/12 scale. Yeah, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. I guess this is what the body's still a 16 scale though, so I don't know. Maybe 16 scale monster truck. Well, Axial has a 1/30 scale now, which people literally have desk and they just drive over their keyboard and stuff like that. It's called the XCX 30. It's cool. Like that would absolutely work. 24th scale would also work, but it might be a little bit too capable for whatever you can put on your desk. I think they're actually a couple levels down, but because the buildings here in China are made of concrete, it feels like it's just right next door. But because the sound travels right through the concrete so easily. So yeah. Back in Australia, I have all power tools and everything. I don't have to do this by hand, but I don't think it's worth buying any here. So I just put up with this crappy little hacksaw for the 10 cuts I'll do while I live here. Plus, my neighbour, I mean, they're not living there. I've been to that apartment. It's just bare bones concrete. It's just all tradies working there. But you know, everything's in here is made of concrete. So whenever they want to make a change, out comes the jackhammer and cutting saws and thing, and everything gets ripped out and crazy. It's been going for months too. Why am I sawing it off? Because it's rubbing on the steering servo. It's too long. I wonder if it's time for a new blade yet. See if that other one works. Where's the other little? Where's this saw? See if this saw works any better. Oh, actually, I think I got one more. Hold on, I'm coming. I'll come back. Hold on. Yeah, I found it. It's brand new. So hopefully this will cut a bit. Gimme. Just installed the wrong way around. I think it is. Who makes a saw and installs the blade incorrectly? You can't sell a saw with the blade installed the wrong way around. Oh. Is it doing anything? I think so. Another thing you can look at, if you want slightly better than WPL, you can look at MN. They make slightly, like, it's the next step up, and they're a bit more refined. You get a bit more for your buck as well, a bit more bang for your buck, like straight out of the box. But I would say that MN, they don't tend to have as much potential locked in them. I think this is doing absolutely nothing. Crap saw. I mean, that sounds like it's actually being abrasive, you know? Nearly there. Tell you what, it doesn't feel good. I might put a glove on to show you. So, Mick, yeah, you can go. I mean, and if you're looking to get yourself one of these C24s or whatever, I've got discount codes in the playlist where this is. So if you want to buy one directly from the website, you can use my affiliate link and you'll get a little bit of a discount. If that helps you make the decision and or do, jump in, then that's good. Otherwise, like, there's no pressure. Like, whatever you like. Mech, do you have Discord? I've been building a bit of a community that you can we can invite you over. Here we go. Where's this? Market flooded with overpriced rigs. WPL is doing the hobbyist servers. I will try snag a few of their models. Lots of trails by me. I can really put them through their ring. Yeah, I mean, if you've got a sec later on, go look at the WPL C24 playlist that I made, and start from the the review video, because I want to set your expectations of what they're like out of the box, which is they're almost like a sedan out of the box. They're not capable at all. So, and they're quite flimsy. You surely you get what you pay for. So you really do, if you your proper crawlers like your CR18P, like you've got. If you want that sort of performance out of one of these, you've got to start doing what I'm doing. So, but if you've got Discord, join the server. We can we can chat and, you know, work through, we can workshop, you know, what you're trying to achieve, and we can figure out what you should buy or how you should mod your current vehicles. You can just share what you've got anyway there. I'm reading a comment, sorry. When it comes across specifically to like the idea of custom home mods, why spend the money on some plastic tubing and other random desk drawer material can be? Yeah, well, I mean, that little truck up there I showed you had the wooden box on the back. That was made out of coffee stirrers that I just got like from the local cafe, and then I just cut them up. There's a video about it, and I cut them up and glued them together to make the little box. Looks like a military box, you know, like an ammo box or something. But it hides, it's for the battery, or I hide the battery. There's a lot of, like with that modding and stuff, there's a lot of, how do you say, like sense of, I don't know, like a satisfaction and a sense of like ownership, and you know, when you've done it yourself and you built it, it's way more gratifying than just like pulling it out of the box. But I mean, at the same token, I could buy like an RC and just slap a few aftermarket products on it, and I'd be pretty happy with that, you know. So have I done scale painting? Well, I used to paint Warhammer when I was younger, so I'm not afraid of it. But I do a lot of gun plus stuff. I have to spray. I have a spray booth. Yeah, that's some probably. Yeah, I mean, and like, I don't know what Gunpla is. I'm wondering if it's Gundam. But yeah, I used to paint Warhammers when I was a lot younger, and so a lot of those skills transfer. And I can show you. Yeah. So I guess Gundam and Warhammer obviously is similar stuff, but like I did paint that. You can see it was obviously blue plastic when I started, and put a lot of like grime and dirt and stuff on it. And I'll be doing like some fake rust and stuff like that on this truck when I'm finished. And then, yeah, let's get this done. I would love an electric grinder right now. All right, done. This one now. I'm going to be real honest about it. I wonder if I'm just like, I think I should cut it like back here. Should make it the same. Decisions. Yeah, weathering. And then there's so many like paints and stuff available now that are just like literally instant weathering. It's like inks or dyes, a bit of brown, and it's super runny. It's transparent. It's not opaque, and you can basically just splash it all over a finished paint, and it looks like weathering. It's so easy. Obviously, if you do, use a bit of control, paintbrush control, you just dab it on like all the bolts and in the creases of the, panel gaps and stuff like that. It just sort of seeps in and runs along the gap. Yeah, I mean, it's really fiddly stuff. The other thing is like that one, it was really hard to get the windows out. Tammy has those little pads, kind of like makeup pads, dab and does. Yeah. Well, I've seen this rust video using hairspray, and I'd really like to try that on this car. So, yeah, but when you're doing something like rust and you have to do a few layers with different paints, you end up spending like heaps of money on paint just to get a simple effect. And I don't really. I mean, maybe next month I'll buy all the paints and I'll maybe paint everything at once. Because I pretty much just like one color. I like that sort of military sand color. But what should I do here? I want to get this right out of the way. You may want to mute me for a little while. I actually have a friend who's like a golden demon painter for Warhammer. He's usually very relaxed about this sort of thing. He's like, yeah, just slap a bit of ink on it, you'll be right. Though he doesn't take it too seriously, but he reckons he'd spend way too long painting one of those bodies. I wonder, Mech G1 Mech is the stream like quality okay? I mean, I'm having to use some pretty heavy lifting VPNs to stream this, so I just wonder how well it actually comes across. Yeah, all right. Oh, the wrist is getting a bit of RSI, I think. Home stretch now. Oh, fantastic. Thanks, man. Actually, there's someone else joined the stream. I'll leave the link for the Discord there. Anyone's welcome to join. Just talk about RC there. Anything you like. And if you have a request, a particular slot, like we can add channels. I'll have a look at the Discord now. Go back. Oh, that's a cool picture. Just looking at it now. That's awesome, man. Those woods look amazing. And those rocks. Those rocks look like they could get pretty slippery. If they were wet. Oh, come on. Let's get this done. So close. Finally done. Oh, I'm glad that's over. Okay. Now this can be all put back together. Okay, so see that? It cannot hit that servo at all. And that's what I'm trying to do. That was what I was trying to get out of that. So there, it's done. So FMS Land Cruiser. Oh, the FCX 18. I love that car. It's going to be my next purchase, I think. I have all the accessories already bought from Endura, but I'm holding off to buy the car because funds, basically. But yeah, that's a sick little truck. I love that car. I'm actually going to buy a full scale Land Cruiser when I get home to Australia. Whereabouts is it? Like, are you in the States? But where approximately? Maryland. Maryland. So that'd be up near the border of Canada, isn't it? Is that right? Sorry, I'm not an expert on USA geography. Just approximately. Sort of know where you're talking about. Oops. Wrong way around. Right, Washington DC is up northwest. So is that right? Oh, okay. East Coast. Virginia. You know, I don't know if you play computer games, but there's a game called Snow Runner and Mud Runner. They're both sort of the same thing. And you can get custom, it's like a 4 driving game. And you can get custom maps. And one of them was Virginia, I downloaded. And that was, it's like serious rock crawling. Like no joke stuff. I'm like, oh, well, maybe Virginia is kind of like that, I guess. I don't know. You could tell me. Yeah, truck sims. Yeah, it's dope. Especially getting the custom stuff, like the modifications. Really cool. All right, all this stuff go away. Don't need any of it anymore. All the cutting is done. Thank goodness. Can't stand it. Lost something. Yeah, I could imagine. There's some pretty cool stuff in there. You know, wild. I don't know what you call it. We call it the bush. And we out. You know, you might have heard of the Aussie outback, right? And that's like the desert. But you know, where I come from in Victoria, it's not outback. It's bush. dense native forests. So we don't call it the outback, we call it out the bush. And there's lots of rocky and muddy hills we drive on. And so I do this like a full size 4-wheel drive. Yeah. East Coast, you get a little bit of everything, but we do have our own mountain range spanning several states. So yeah, a lot of rocks. So on the base of our local mountain. Steve Irwin up north. He's from up north in Queensland. There's a bit of outback in Queensland, but mostly when people talk about outback, it's the Northern Territory that they're talking about. So like one of our states. Or maybe Western Australia as well. I mean, Western Australia it's massive. It's like 3 times the size of Texas. Oh, and I've lost a part. It's annoying. Let's see if I can find a replacement. Steve Irwin, he created a zoo called Australia Zoo, and you can go there and you can see the crocodiles, and the bird display is pretty amazing. And it's a pretty good place to take your kids. So, I'm missing a tiny little spacer. It seems to be that I've only got one. And I would really like it back. This little thing is just a little bit. There we go. It's nice. Really nice. Okay. So what am I going to do about this lost spacer? Where the hell have it gone? Always. Best thing to do if you've lost something is do a quick tidy up. Let's do that. Oh, I found it. Good. Get this all mounted up. Yeah, this will be ready for paint hopefully by the end of today. And quote unquote finished. I'm looking forward to that. Mick, do you have any buddies that are also into RC? So it seems to be like it either goes one way or the other. It's like you're into RC and all your friends are RC friends, or you're into RC and you don't even want to tell a single soul that you're into it. One way or the other. Actually, I think some new shocks came. Hold on. A couple of goodies arrived today. Not really for this build, but let's see what we got. Oh, the suspension. I'm glad that's the first one I opened because that's what I wanted to play with. They are slightly longer, I think. Yeah, they are. I was wondering if I could go and get a bit more flex out of it. Oh, this blade getting a bit tired, I think. Brushless system for that the other WPL truck. Brilliant. But we don't have the gearbox yet, so can't really do anything with it. Would have been fantastic if the gearbox arrived today. We could have, oh yeah, some screws I've been looking for. Yeah, for something else. What's this big one? This is how big the box is. For a receiver. I swear they just grab anything. Oh yeah, pack them in there. Okay, send it off. Man. All right. So let's have a look at this. This is called, I don't even know what word that is. SHR Pass Hobby. Surpass. SUR. Surhobby. What was it? A 20. So 2430, 2340, something like that. I'll look it up in a minute. Brushless motor. And then, hey, how's that? This is why I bought this specific one, this specific model. Look at that little fan on there. This thing feels solid. It's like, it's got some weight to it. Yeah, just a few casual guys that happen to be at the spot. Everyone is just so busy nowadays. Yeah, man, it's always that way. I just drag my little brother along with me, and that's my buddy law. Well, hopefully he enjoys it too, and you guys can do something together. That's nice, actually. But let's have a look at this, because my plan was to. Not gonna fit. Not gonna fit. This is where I plan to put it, and it's bigger than. Yo, how am I gonna put that in? It all depends on how important these are. I got my hands, on the MB4. Yeah, I love that radio. Recommend dropping some cash on that radio, man. I'm not sure if you were watching earlier. We were discussing that on the previous live stream this morning. That exact remote, and I was recommending it to someone. And I said the only reason I didn't buy that one is because I didn't know it existed when I bought my remote. However, if I knew that remote existed, I would have bought it. Would have bought it back then. So yeah, all the guys I go driving with have that remote. Nearly all of them have that remote, and they get like little custom sticker sets that fit all over them, like little skins. And they also there's lots of, you can upgrade them as much as your car as well. Like you can get little thumb controller, so you can drive with your thumb, like one-handed, and they're great. So the idea of this, so I bought this for the other car because I didn't care about having an outrunner for this one, but the idea was to put this in here. So this was the tray for the servo for that car, and then this goes over the top. So if they aren't doing anything, they're doing anything? Nothing there, nothing there. So I can probably cut all of this stuff out from in here, and then it'll fit if I just make this area a little bit bigger. So yeah, but let's leave all of that for Monday when I do this whole car, because that's what I bought that for. So I want everything to stay together for this one. I'd love a bit of a cardboard box. I have one over there, actually, to keep all of this stuff together. And then these, I don't mind putting some smaller shocks on that, which can be these ones. So I bought the same model, but they're like, these are 70 something, 71, and these are 65 mil. And so in comparison, they're like that. They're like way bigger. So the idea was to put it. I think I can get a lot more performance out of this by changing these over. A lot more flex. The same amount of money. And then I'll donate these smaller ones to the smaller shocks. I'll put them over on that C44. I don't expect the exact same performance out of that truck, but I just want it to look like, real tough. I do use shock oil. Where did it go? It was over here. Here it is. But I only use this for my micro stuff, 40 weight. Silicon shock fluid. But these are probably bone dry, I'd say. Like, I could probably use a heavier weight. Heavier weight oil, or it's a fluid. But I can fill them up now since you mentioned it. Take some of the bounce out of it. Mm. What's a TTO2? I don't know if I know what that is. Buggies. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I have a buggy in Australia. It's called a Axial Exoterra. Absolute nightmare to work on. And it's got a very powerful motor in it, and I do one wrong turn and I completely total the thing. So yeah, I find like just slow moving cars are way more way easier to drive. It's a 110 buggy kit. Okay, like a racing buggy, like indoor circuit, outdoor circuit, racing sort of stuff, or like a basher. I mean, buggies have traditionally always been racing cars, haven't they? It's a Tamiya, definitely hobby grade and not competition grade. It's like the entryway to competition buggies, I had to put into words. Hey, Sniffles. Thank you for joining, man. Thanks for your support. I'm working on a WPL C24. I just opened some packages and some shocks had arrived, so I'm just tuning them with a bit of shock oil. Oh, nice. Yeah, 54, the C80 Land Cruiser, 80 series Land Cruiser. That's nice. I thought about getting one of those, but I got another Land Cruiser here we'll be doing on Monday. Oh, there's some. I think I did a little bit. Let a friend borrow it to test out because I think. Is it the stock ESC? If you're talking about the stock ESC, you're 100% correct. But yeah, stock ESC is well, and the stock motor is also pathetic. So like, sorry, I just got to tune these shocks a bit. Yeah, man, there's no question about that. The electronics that come with WPL are just enough for it to drive, but that's about it. But I was just showing you what I hold on. I just got my hands covered in shock fluid. Just give me a sec, because the other guy, GMEC, he's considering buying a WPL now as a result of watching this, I believe. And you've just got the C54, so this is the C24 I'm working on, and all right, these shocks are looking a bit better. Bear with me. So this is the C24 I've got here. It doesn't really look like a C24 anymore. It's because it's barely got any WPL parts left on it. It's sort of turned it into a bit of a LCG monster rig. And So my recommendations. Okay, this will bolt straight into your the 1060. The 10. I have a 1060. I had it on a tiny little car. It's good, and I'm pretty sure they're waterproof too, which is awesome. But I was just showing, maybe even just before you joined the live stream, like I just got this brushless setup with the fan on the ESC and everything, because that's going on. On Monday, I'm doing a different one. I'm doing the C4 Land Cruiser, and I'm going to be making it LCG Monster. It has a crawler mode. Oh, that's pretty cool. So we're going to be putting. Yeah, well, this one I'm working on now that I'm screwing also has brushless on it. Well, I can just take this little lid off and you'll be able to see straight through. So that's the ESC there, brushless. It's got a outrunner from an MN82. MN82. It's an outrunner motor there. The outside spins. It's a 2-speed gearbox, and I'm just putting on some longer shocks so I can use more of the flex. But I'm pretty sure that 2-speed gearbox will fit straight into your 54. I think these shocks are going to make this thing a bit taller. Oh, it's got more trouble. Why is it not going up? Hey, why are you not going all the way up? You're in the wrong one or what? What's going on with you? That one can compress, but that one really doesn't want to go. What's going on there? It has the counter-rotating gearbox though. Yep. Yeah, you just flip the rear axle over and reconfigure, and it that doesn't matter at all. Does not matter at all. It snookered me the first time, I have to be honest, but yeah, after that I had it all figured out, I think. Is that sitting just as low? I think so. Have to be getting more flex with a longer. Have to be getting more flex. Yeah. So I'll quickly. Where the hell is my phone? Okay. So I'll just quickly tell you what you need. You can. I'll be making instruction videos about it anyway. Or you can watch the WPL C24 playlist on my channel, and I explain how to set up the 2-speed and everything like that. But you'll want, just bear with me. Oh, sorry. Hold on one sec. $2430 plus a 2430 brushless motor with a 35 amp ESC, and that's the 2-speed trans there. Crappy little 370 or whatever it is. But yeah, well worth it, man. Well worth it. And like when I did this, I really wanted an outrunner. I thought that was super cool and all the torque and everything. But there's no way to cool them down. That's why I got an in-runner for this one, because I can get one of those heat sinks that clip onto the outside and then get a fan and screw it in. Sorry, did you? Thanks a lot for that. No problem. No worries, man. My first crawler trail truck. Oh, that's a good start, man. I think it's a really good start. So just wondering if I want. Let me have a look into this. Not sure if this will work, but just let's see. $40 USD. Yeah, that sounds about right. And it sounds pretty cool too. Let's see. Hold on. I might just feel around with this, dialing the suspension in, because I really want to get as much flex out of this as possible. Wonder why. I think I've tried this before and it didn't work for some reason. Just trying to figure out what happened. Oh, okay. It's got nothing to do with the mounting position. It's got everything to do with how much shocks fluid's in there. Yeah, max flex. It's going to be filthy how much flex this thing has. Double barrel shocks. Hey, we've got a Discord. If you want to share pictures, you can join up. You can join our Discord and you can share pictures. I'm not sure what you mean by double. Or maybe I do. Is it got a shock and then like and then a coil over all in one piece? Is that the thing you're talking about? Endura. I didn't know Endura had something like that. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I've seen them on the for sale on Taobao. Yeah, I've talked to someone about them. They reckon that there's a reason that comp guys don't use them because they're not actually that good. We'll just quietly not worry about them, I think. But I tend to just, like, living here in China, I've learned that you don't spend big money on this stuff, because learning how cheap it actually is to make and how cheap they sell it here, it's like I won't spend big money ever again on like the high end aftermarket stuff or whatever. Just the cheap shocks. These are $2 for a pack of 4, and you'll get 99% of the performance out of the really expensive ones for 98% of the less, or 1% of the price, 2% of the price. So yeah, see how it wants to sit up high. Yeah, what can I do? Yeah, I mean, like, what you're really talking about is paying for this little sticker. So you can't read it, but that little sticker, that's about 90% of the price that you pay at the shop. or online, because there's one factory that makes all of the stuff, and then all the brands come to that factory and they say, I want to buy that product for, whatever it is, $1. And then you print my sticker on it and I'll sell it for $90. Pretty much. My biggest problem now is I've got these longer shocks. They've got too much spring on them. That's what I reckon. I wonder if I can... I'm going to just let it go for now because they're pretty easy to change over if I need to. But I'm wondering if I can go back to the same store and buy a set of springs from a smaller model and then put the small spring on the big body. And then I think they'll sit nice and low profile. Yeah. Well, I want to try and get this channel up to a bit of a size, and then I can start talking to those people about exactly what you were just talking about now, making my own brand, but not ripping off the client. Or the customer, not ripping off the customer. But like everything, once you get to know about everything that's made in China, you realize that like nothing's worth what you pay at the shop. Nothing. And I'm talking like luxury brands like Louis Vuitton. It's all made here. It's all, handbag that's $3,000 actually cost like $20 to make. And I'm not even exaggerating. Everything. I mean, you go to Kmart or Target or whatever, 99% of that stuff is made in China. And I could guarantee that if it's $10, it probably cost Kmart $2. Maybe even less. These are Endura tires. These are the 1.55 Endura tires. They're called, what are they called? King Trekker. So I have the same tires for my four-wheel drive, my real four-wheel drive back in Australia. And they go all right. Real. 1-to-1 four-wheel drive. Okay. All right. So shooting the electronics before, I don't think something's certainly not working on this as far as the motor goes, the electrics. Just hidden, like they don't have the little ring on the outside, but they're internally bead locked. am I doing? I don't need to do that. Like we got these things, but they're 1.9. They're 1.9. So I haven't bothered with them because I got another set which I like way more for this 110 scale. So those 1.9. Yeah, internet is sluggish. I have to use a shadow sock proxy to be able to connect to YouTube since it's banned here, so probably why it's a bit sluggish. I can check if I can check another sock. It's too much of a problem. But if you're looking for any of the things that are on any of my cars, we can you can hit me up because I can get you a like an AliExpress link or a Amazon link to buy them, and they'll come from like around the corner here. But you'll get a bit of a discount, and it'll also support me. So that's better than supporting ASOS, isn't it? So we can try that if you're looking for any of those parts. Actually, any RC part you're looking for, I can pretty much get you discount codes on everything, or nearly everything. So before you do go shopping, let me know because I can take whatever you're looking at like on AliExpress or Amazon and run it through my affiliate program and get you a bit of a discount. So let me know what you're after, and hopefully I can get you a few bucks off. Never hurts anyway. Oh, didn't get any of that. I'm talking about if you about to go shopping for RC parts. Let me know what's in your trolley because you can send me the link, and I can put it through my affiliate program and spit out a new link with a bit of a discount, a couple of bucks off here and there. Can really help out, and it also helps me out too. And I was saying it'd be nice to help me out, not Bezos. Because we all want yachts, don't we? No, just joking. Just I think he's got enough. But we can also use AliExpress. So if you're ever searching on there, you can also do AliExpress. So just let me know. All right, we're getting there. We are getting there. It's a little tall. Maybe I can order some new springs, and next week we put those on. It'll be all right. Works nicely. Sorry, I just found a new position for my on-off switch, so I'm going to quickly swap that over. Can you hear me now, or is it still bad? Yeah, Sniffles, make sure you join the Discord because that's where we can arrange all of that. All right. This is becoming a, sort of succinct little package now. So next step is to get this thing back on. Just sort of like the little mount for the body. I only bother with 2S. I doubt it's your internet, Sniffles. I would say it's mine. I really do doubt that it's yours. But anyway, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that. And yeah, again, if you need the link. So the next step is I've got my body. So here's my body. I've got, here is like a little tape Velcro set here and here. Take care, Sniffles. Well, hope to see you next time I do a live stream. Don't forget, Monday I'm doing one, and you'll be able to see what we're doing with the Land Cruiser. So take care. Yeah, I think you might be interested in that. So yeah, Monday live stream. Quite a lot of action. You're going to install LEDs. You know what? I would love to. I would really, really love to. The challenge is powering them. If I find a way to power them, 100% I will be. I'll be doing like a light bar. Yeah, hold on. I just want to concentrate while I do this. Make sure I get this all correct. Why are you going down? Oh, that's fine. Okay, excuse me. Sorry, just trying to get this all to fit nicely. Yeah, so if I find like the correct setup, yes, I will. I'll install LEDs. I'll do like a light bar, and I also want to build myself a roll cage for it, like an external roll cage. So I'll be doing all of that as soon as I figure out how to. Right. Easy does it. Easy does it. It may be because, I mean, just let me put a bit of pressure on this this tape, and so it all sticks in, and then we can start talking about that. That's awesome. No more screws. Fantastic. All right. So talking about is like, see, I've got the interior in there. Like I've got the front dash, and the bench seat, because someone was asking me, am I going to put like a little figurine in, which I hope to. So that leaves, look, I'll show you. I can turn it around and show you. So under all of that, in that little gap there, is where everything needs to go. And I need to leave space. There's the gearbox in there. And so if I figure out a way to fit LEDs in there, then yes, I will be putting LEDs in there. Ooh. Okay, let's just... Oh, yeah. All right. So let's just cut this down a bit. Didn't quite work out how I wanted, but I can fix that easily. Rolling scissors. Okay. So let's put all this back together again. All right. Far too long. I'm too busy to like sort of just get it done. That's why I've sort of thought, all right, I'm just gonna try my best to get it completed. But maybe 5-6 months. So yeah, it's not great. Too slow. Whereas the next one, the C44, well, and I also like this car. I basically was figuring everything out as I went, but now that I've done it, and like I'll be doing the next one, so I want it to sit low like that, but it's got some flex. It's pretty cool. It's got some flex to it. Yeah, I think the next one will take me just a day because I know exactly what parts I need, how they fit together. Won't be wasting time with buying parts that aren't useful. So yeah, but pretty happy with that. It's pretty good flex, pretty scary looking truck. How do I do it so I can really tell how good the flex is? Yeah. Yep. It's pretty cool. So next step, I really wish I could put the grill back on it because I think that would be really cool just to have a bit of the grill. But yeah, I mean, I might leave that till a time where I'm like, okay, I can go back and work on this. But I also would like to paint the interior, like make the chairs look like they're leather and, so you can see the dash from everything else. So yeah, we'll wait and see. And then I want to put a little dude in there, maybe 2. Except the steering wheel looks like it's about that far away from the seat. Which, thanks for the nice, kind words, man. It's been a bit of a long road, but I'm pretty happy how it is now. I think that's pretty good. Pretty happy with it. So, yeah, next step. I'd love to do. Found out this rusting technique where you paint it all rusty, and then you spray it with hairspray, Then you spray it with the color you want, like your base color. And then you use a little bit of water and a toothbrush, and wherever you want it to rust, you sort of just massage it with the toothbrush. And the top layer flakes off a little bit, and it looks really natural rusty. I'll be doing a video about it. So, yeah. Nearly 90 degrees. What was that? 70 or 80 degrees flex. Angle's doesn't do it any justice. Looks less on camera. So yeah. So here's what the back looks like. So I bought some batteries late last night. I don't know when they're going to arrive. Maybe later today or tomorrow. Where's my bloody phone? I always put it down. I never know where I put it. So that's the wrong phone. Yeah. I mean, it basically just fits perfectly in this area and takes up the whole area. Which is, what you want out of a battery. They haven't even left. And it's 2,000 milliamp hour, apparently. So that's going to be pretty cool. And hopefully a bit of weight to help weigh that down. But I just made that little tray bit this morning, just to make it a bit clean. And then once the battery's inside, I'll put this on. And there you go. It's hidden. Looks just like, toolbox at the back of the truck. So with some little figurines and yeah, but it is a little tall. I don't know if you can see that correctly, but that's very tall. I'm going to grab a box and tidy up a little bit. Yeah, I would like it to sit down that low though. I got my laptop on a little stand, which makes it a little difficult to tell what I'm talking about. Spaces on the springs. Well, I actually want them to go lower. I want it to sag even more. So I want less spring force. So I've already got them down as soft as they can go. So I'm just going to take my laptop off this. Now you can sort of make a bit more sense of this. It's like, look at, that's too tall, right? To sag right down. I mean, if it's hanging, it's full. I don't want to sit like that, super low. You know what I mean? So I got to it's got to be less spring on there. But you want it to be able to, whenever you go over a bump, you want it to be able to go all the way down. Right? That's why you don't want a shorter shock, because you want it to fall all the way down. Right? And be able to flex. So it's sitting a bit tall at the moment, I would say. But just seeing how that interacts with that. Don't really like the way it does that. But yeah. So yeah, but I'm pretty happy with that. That's all Velcro holding it on. It needs a bit more glue, a bit more TLC. Right. Yep. So that's really good to have that car tie off today with that car like that. And I still got to figure out what's going on with that with that brushless. Otherwise, I'll have to put the other one in. I'm not looking forward to doing something like that. I wish I can just get that to work straight off. I should also look into whether or not I can just charge. Where's my charger? What have I done with my charger? Oh, it might be. I used to have it set up permanently over here, so it had some space on the spring. Yeah, I want the full travel. I don't want spaces because what that will do is end up making the spring even harder, and so it won't droop as much. Which is absolutely not what I'm trying to achieve. What have I done with my charger? You can tell it's been a long time since I've charged a battery if I can't even find my charger. So that might be what's wrong with what's going on. It's falling down. It has. There we go. Found it. This little charger. Sorry, that plug. And does it plug in again? It was just a little USB. That right, 600 milliamps. me some cables here. Be back in a second. It's a USB extension. That's not it. Oh, actually, something I've been looking for. Something else I've been looking for, which is this thing. Hoping that will go on the brushless later. No. Once upon a time, I had a whole lot of those. Now I got to ask myself, like, do I still want to keep any of this stuff, or if that's going to go in the trash? Rubbish. Don't say trash. Nope, nothing there. Nope, not in there. I did a big cleanup the other day and I rearranged everything, and I have no idea what I've done with most of it. Maybe here. Nope. Yeah. Spill a whole bunch of stuff. So anyway, I found a whole lot of spilt stuff. I decided to clean it up before I keep going. That's right. I'm looking for a little kind of, what if it's in here? There's that 60 amp I was talking about earlier. Interesting. Very interesting. That might be useful on the other build. All right. More rubbish. Let's get rid of the rubbish packaging. Oh, wrong size. What about if it's all over here? What's this stuff over here? It's not going to be in there. There we go. This could be it. But not. Yeah, sorry. You're watching me clean up. It's I know it's not very entertaining. I'm just trying to find a charger. I have no idea what happened to the cable for my charger. Just throw stuff in the tub. Keep it clean. Oh, a little treasure trove of things in there. Nothing I need right now. Well, I'm baffled because I had it recently. I have no idea where it's gone. Okay. Make some room, I think. Make room. Okay, rubbish. PC stuff. Rubbish. Oh, is this what I was looking at earlier or what? Maybe not. So GMAC, what are you going to get into your buggy today, or what's the plan? Thermal compound. I don't want that. Donate it. Charge score. Not the one I want. Gear shifter. think that's how it goes. I have found it. And I have nowhere to plug it in. You don't need that. Take that away. Put that in. Yeah, where's the battery gone? Whew. Yeah, it was a USB one. I think I might have just burnt the hell out of this. Let's just see if it works. No, these. Oh, you know what? I was looking for a couple of these things. This grease, Molykote. This is fantastic for axles, gearboxes, diffs. Let me read it to you. Molykote G-0052 FM. Amazing for RC stuff. Original use case is for like food machinery. You know, like meat slices and things like that. So it's actually it's an application. That's the original tire from this car. The difference. But no charger, no dice. What's going on? Man, it's frustrating. All right, time to maybe admit defeat. Just purchase another one for $6 something it was. Oh, hold on. $25. Let's go cheaper. This one was $24. 20. 18. It's 18. Oh. 18. I gotta get that one. No battery. All right. Oh, we're sort of getting somewhere, I guess. Sort of getting somewhere. Fresh print. Oh, didn't print well. Man, I missed a few layers. It sucks. Completely down the drain. Sucks. Okay. Yep, 3D printing. Yeah. And then your rubbish bag. You can see the reflection of YouTube on my laptop back into there. It's like fourth wall break or something. So I believe I would have looking for one of those boxes. Oh, it started printing now. So see if I can give you a little bit of a close up. Just a minute. Bear with me. I've got a few things here. I got the angle right. Yeah, that's 3D printing. we're talking about. Mac, are you still there? Still watching? Who is watching? You should let me see. Participants. This is problematic. Where's my phone? Welcome, man. How you doing? All right, I'm going to end that stream there, and I will be back on Monday. Thanks.